anyway, so I was like, I really want to watch Slow Horses. I mean, one again, let's see if I can find the trailer. It looks like a fun show, right? So it's like a Gary Oldman spy show. Let's see if I can find Slow Horses season 1 trailer. Slow Horses season 1 trailer. I wonder if the problem I had with this this show will be apparent in the trailer. Let's find out. Download. I found when I start downloading these things at 360, they get the audio works, but let's see, it's like 726 if the audio. I bet the audio won't work. Also, it takes a lot longer to download. So that's a minute download. I don't get what's up with that. Anyway, fine. I'll play the low res trailer. Yeah, downloads. Doink. Slow Horses.
I don't normally do these kind of speeches, but this feels like a big moment. I know it's not easy being banished from MI5 to my department, but that's on you. Only screw-ups get sent to Slough House, and I've got to be honest, working with you has been the lowest point in a disappointing career.
So yeah, no, Gary Oldman is great. This looks like something I would really enjoy.
Right.
Take me down.
What are you looking for? The remnants of a once promising career.
Slough House is like prison. You're not supposed to ask what you're in for.
I actually want to be useful. I could not be more bored if I tried.
You probably know how many people have made it back from Slough House to upstairs here at Regent's Park.
Bringing you up to speed's like trying to explain Norway to a dog.
None.
Come check this out. Hostage.
He's being held here. There is something fine.
You do these kind of speeches, but this feels Norway to a dog.
They're really hiding the wokeness in this trailer. Just come clean.
He's being held here. There is something finally happening.
What's it got to do with you? Whatever's going on will be handled by the real agents.
Falling from greed, falling from greed.
I get it, we're just slow horses. I've got one lead, I have to follow up.
Falling from greed.
And generally speaking, it's good spy stuff. It really is. However,
You're going to help me?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Like it or not, Slough House is part of this now.
What do you think you're playing at?
I didn't mean to kill him.
Of course you didn't. If you meant to kill him, he'd still be alive. You put lives in danger.
Honestly, you put Gary Oldman in anything, I'm pretty much there. I even liked him in Lost in Space.
This is off the books.
Was it Gary Oldman in that Luc Besson movie, kind of paedophile movie with Natalie Portman, Leon? I think he was a villain in that, wasn't he?
Directing personnel, yours or anybody else's.
Oh, and Jonathan Pryce for no apparent reason.
She's just covering her tracks. But it's the covering of the tracks that always gets you in the end.
You really care about them, don't you?
No, I think they're a bunch of absolute losers. But they're my losers.
So yeah, that looks fun, right? That totally looks fun. Is there any more of this trailer? Apple TV Plus. But by far my favorite streaming service. I mean, it really genuinely is. Anything else there? Yeah, fine. So anyway, I start watching it, and it's from 2018, and it's very dated, right? It's shockingly dated, and this is how much the world has changed in the last few days, in like the last week, because the big bad. I only seen the first episode, right? And generally speaking, okay, I would watch the second episode, but the big bad is evil white racist, intimating that the Muslim culture is anything other than peaceful and completely compatible with Western civilization, right? So it's lying propaganda. Because look, I think this, I wouldn't have been able to say this 10 days ago. I really genuinely wouldn't be able to say this 10 days ago. But fundamentalist Islamic culture, which is very, very prevalent, is a savage, backward culture in many, many ways, brutal, full of no rights and like rape and lots of rape. It's very rapey. Not just grooming. It's very rapey in very many ways. Rape is just a thing. Rape is like orange juice in the Islamic culture, right? And we've had this gaslighting, this propaganda for 20, maybe 30 years. And this was another example of it, that Islamic culture wasn't a backward, violent, evil, dangerous culture that is incompatible with the freedoms of the West. And that's what we're finding out now, right? That's genuinely what we're finding out. And like, there's no like, I told you so, right? Who cares? I mean, bottom line, who cares? So yeah, this is what I was talking about, how Jews are somehow, I would say, up their own asses a little bit. I think I could totally say that. Where was it? Because we go, this guy here's talking about what it's like to be on the inside of Islamic culture. By the way, and at the same time, being on the inside of Jewish culture, I can tell you 100% that there is no abuse, not even genocide. There's no abuse whatsoever of the Palestinian people by the Israelis. Right? I get that with 100% honestly. Just in the same way, I can tell you that Jews, generally speaking, look down on it like a comedian, like, what's he called again? Ari. He used to be a religious guy, but became non-religious. So he does all the inside thing. He's special. Maybe I pissed myself laughing. What's the guy's name? I can't remember. But he says his favorite racial slur is goy. That's the Jewish word for non-Jews. So 99.8 of you, yes, you're all there. It's like it's the most inclusive racial slur. Anyway, his somebody tell you what it's like on the inside of the Islamic world.
Population, especially the white women, who we regard are taught as slags who sleep around. And do you experienced that yourself when you were younger, that this is what other Muslim men were trying to teach you, yes? Absolutely. Well, in the mosque or just generally in the community? Generally in the community. And when I found out that the false prophet Muhammad raped a 9-year-old, it is no wonder that I mean, you shouldn't have said false prophet Muhammad there. I mean, I think that cross an unnecessary line. I understand that's your belief, right? You don't need to shove it in anybody's face, right? Honestly. But yeah, look, I think this is endemic of large swathes of Islamic culture. Emulate that character. And can I also add that I don't want people saying young girls. These are not young girls. Young girls are between 16 and 19. Yeah, they're on. Yeah, these are children. All right. It's so crazy. So it's been blowing up again, left, right, center. It's blowing up crazy. So Tim Pool was on Clash with Piers Morgan, right? And I think this is really very endemic of what the whole thing is about. Right. 1 second.
And right. So when I see Tommy Robinson in the United States, and again, I'm not telling you. Okay,
so Piers Morgan said, Tommy Robinson is a disgusting little hooligan. Oik. Oh, he's done, I know, passport fraud. And that's what you say. Okay, I don't trust anything. So Tim Pool basically said, I don't believe you. Well, echoing my sentiment, I don't believe your narrative. Right, I don't believe the narrative. He's everything he says is irredeemably evil, right? But the fact that this is being shoved in British people's faces, it's fantastic, right? It really genuinely is, because it's making it so it's impossible to avoid. Like Elon Musk, God bless him, he's literally changed the world.
And right. So when I see Tommy Robinson in the United States, and again, I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm saying we don't believe that the attacks against Tommy are all entirely based on he's a bad guy who did bad things. You may be right. I don't know. I'm not from your country. What I see is your country covered this up. The things that were done to these little girls, I'm going to say it. They put a pump in the anus of a 12-year-old girl to expand it so multiple men could rape her. And
I don't get the gang rape thing. Like, why is that? How's that fun? That doesn't sound like anything I would want to be at. It sounds, really, genuinely. I wouldn't want to watch. I wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want to know about. I would vomit. It sounds, oh God, it sounds awful. I don't understand. And there's like multiple cocks in one hole. What the fuck? Weirdo fucking what? Ugh. Yes. Fundamentalist Islamic culture is in many ways an evil, barbaric, backward culture. Yes.
Your country covered that up and then told me Tommy was the bad guy. And so I'm just like, look, man, I don't know. But when I heard that, I said the U.S. should be sanctioning the U.K. or doing whatever they can to remove all of those from power. I think they deserve prison for covering this up. The police officers,
I think, if you don't mind me saying, you're
yeah, and again, look, I mean, honestly, the fact that there hasn't been an outcry from the Muslim world has been terrible. That's been one of the most damning things. And they're coming on the heels of 18 months of like anti-Semitic marches, violent anti-Semitic marches were going through your towns, right? It's look, most English people just wither with embarrassment that those things happen. Not like the insane leftists, but most normal English people are, oh, fuck me, really? Right? It's yeah, right. It's not good, right? It's not good. So the Tommy Robinson thing has really been fascinating. So here, Tim Pool talks about it again. Is he on? I can't remember if he's on his own or talking with other people. Is this it? Let me have a look.
It comes back to this. If Piers or anybody else wants to insult Tommy, my response is, so what? I don't know. I don't care. Explain to me why the one guy that was leading rallies to call out the systemic rape of children was getting locked up and silenced and put...
Just a coincidence. Clearly, just a coincidence.
Put in jail. Why weren't you doing it? Why wasn't the UK government doing it? Why weren't the cops doing it? Why was it Tommy Robinson? Oh, he's a con artist? Well, whoop-de-freaking-do. At least we had one con artist, according to you, willing to speak up and inform someone like me.
It's not just he's spoken up. He's the only person who's given a shit. That's the thing with Tommy. He's the only person who has given a shit, right? Nobody else has. Not Rishi Sunak, not Keir Starmer, none of them. None of them have given a shit.
So, I'll say it again. I like Piers. I really do. I've been on the show several times. I look forward to going on again. And maybe he just doesn't understand. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe it's intentional. I don't know. But don't you get it? This is why I don't believe you. The things they were doing to these children, man. These transcripts that came out. They fill me with a rage I have never experienced. The horrors. Man,
yeah, because here's the thing. We've been getting used to it slowly, grooming gangs for years and years and years. They got this in one go.
There's so much dirty stuff in this world. And you say Tommy's a con artist. Fine, whatever. At least I can thank the con artist for letting me know. Because I would not have known about this if it were not for him.
I'm telling you, listen, from an Israeli perspective, I can tell you this is 100% my experience. They will scream loudly. Again, fundamentalist Islamic culture will scream loudly at you, gaslighting, saying you are doing exactly the thing that they're doing. They will call you butchers. They will call you Nazis. They will call you rapists because they are butchers, Nazis, and rapists, right? That October 7th says that so clearly, right? And then, you have people, mainly leftists, socialists, who hate Jews. They're like, fuck me. If they're saying the Jews are bad, well, you got to believe them. But, the grift is falling apart now, and it really is. Here we go. What was this thing? Yeah, this is just another clip from recently.
Is why is the guy who is probably the richest man in the world?
Oh yeah, it's all Elon Musk's fault. This is like, again, Oh yeah, I was going to say this earlier, but I forgot. You know, when the paedophilia scandal in the Catholic Church came out, I think, generally speaking, and I think that was most Catholics were horrified, right? They were in disbelief. They were absolutely horrified. And anger, right? And I think after the initial shock of it, the response was this can never go on again. But honestly, and maybe that was the turning point, right? That turned modern Christianity into this thing again, which I have so much respect for, right? And I was saying that at the beginning of the show, right? It's like, they're so openly, like, happily and devoted and sincere to God. And I think, again, I love watching the Charlie Kirk's videos because while he is swatting down idiot leftists, you can see it's coming from a position of love, right? And he's very good at doing that, right? So I have so much respect for him. All right, I have respect for all of them. But I think maybe that was birthed in the child abuse scandal. I really don't know, right? I really genuinely don't know. I'm just theorizing as we're talking. But like the response from the Muslim community is, "Shut up, racist, shut up!" Right? And then from the liberal communities, well, why is Elon Musk making us feel bad? I don't understand this. Why is Elon Musk making us feel bad? I don't know. This sounds very, very... Elon Musk is a problem. Just like saying the kids are reporting the pedophiles in the Catholic Church are the problem. So Elon Musk is the problem. Really? You're the fucking problem, mate.
Setting out, as he has done, saying that he is going to undermine the British government, that he's trying to get rid of a recently democratically elected government in this country.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Stop wandering around with this like delusion that Labour won. You didn't. Tories lost, right? You are there by default, right? You won fucking nothing. You got less votes than you did in 2019, where you got epically trounced. Fuck you, right? And you're gonna, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Reform and Tommy Robinson, and that's a real problem for them. That is a real problem for them. But they are, my dollars or donuts, baby, they're gonna fuck Labour in the arse in the next elections, right? The Reform is coming, and you should be shitting yourself.
That is not good, Barry, for democracy.
You belong to a party that sent activists to America to actively plot to, and I quote, kill Elon Musk's Twitter. Labour activists in a centre for countering digital hate that was set up by a certain Morgan McSweeney, happens to be Keir Starmer's chief of staff. I wonder why Elon Musk has...
Again, maybe this is why the leftists and the Islamic terrorists love each other so much. They're exactly the fucking same. They do. Look at the gaslighting, accusing everybody else doing exactly what they're doing.
Suddenly got a really strong interest in Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. Because let's be honest, Barry, all of those statements that Labour MPs made about Donald Trump, all of those bizarre statements they made about Elon Musk, guess what? These guys don't really like that. They don't like being abused. They don't like being insulted. So they're going to call you out when you fail, like when you fail with these white working class girls in communities.
That's the thing. That's the I'm saying. You have, and again, Tories, shut the fuck up. Kemi Bam, don't make Keir Starmer right by saying, where were you for the last 10 years? He's absolutely right. And I fucking hate Keir Starmer, right? You're none of you, okay. Why is Tommy Robinson good? Because he is the only person who has given a fuck. Not Kemi Badenoch, not Keir Starmer. I would have thought even Jeremy Corbyn might actually give a fuck more than anyone else. I don't know. None of them have given a fuck. Stop. Not Keir Starmer. None of them. Rachel Reeves. What's the one? Jesse Phillips, isn't it? Oh, God, vile. They're all vile, covering their own fucking asses.
Look, it is about the richest man in the world trying to undermine democracy. That is wrong.
No.
And if you can't see that...
That's your talking point. And you're saying it to avoid the question. Why have you failed these guys? I'll tell you why. Because you're dependent on the Muslim vote, and the Muslims are going to back the rape gangs. That's why. The Muslims are backing the rape gangs over the raped little girls, right? So you got to decide, Labour. Am I going to go with the votes for the Muslims, or am I going to go with the little girls? I mean, really, you're kind of fucked in the arse in this one, mate, and not in a good way, right? I mean, like, Yeah, there's no good solution, but, maybe go for the moral one, but you won't, because the only thing fucking left-wing cunts like this believe in is power, and nothing else matters. Like, nothing else matters.
Matt, then I would be very surprised.
I've spent more of my time recently looking at how the Labour Party has been undermining free speech and free expression.
We're going to have to put it on because...
Yeah, man. Anyway. Lee Harris, God bless him, came up with some very politically astute observations this weekend. Wait. No, beforehand. So with all that said, we'll get to Lee Harris in it. With all that said, it makes this public information film. See, okay, with what said that there are predominantly Muslim Pakistani or Pakistani Muslim, however you want to say it, rape gangs. About 85% of these rape gangs are Pakistani Muslims who are like in gangs of people rape children, right? That's a thing, right? That happens. And they like doing that, one would have thought, right? And they've been protected by the government and the police and also the Muslim community. They're protected by everybody, right? With that being the case, maybe this Welsh ad for refugees, it was somewhat inadvisable, right? I mean, like, honestly, I think this might have been made by a paedophile.
Hello and welcome to Wales. We understand being a refugee isn't easy. They go through so much.
Fleeing your country is difficult, but Wales wants to help you feel welcome.
Oh, fuck me! What do you think's going to happen? Do you give them candy as well when they come here? What the fuck? Maybe this shouldn't be your pitch to a paedophile rape culture. I don't know. If you don't want your little girls raped, maybe.
Welsh Refugee Council are here to help you. You can contact them here.
We're very obliging. We'll do anything you want. Okay, more of these? What? No, stop.
Wales is seen as a nation of sanctuary. We welcome anyone and everyone. We recognise your skills and talent.
The Welsh Refugee Council offers a lot to support, including... I
can't. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. I think that was made by a paedophile, right? I really genuinely do. With that said, was it Lee Harris had, again, I think a very good take on modern politics over here. Was it? Let me get to just fast forward a little bit.
And let's not forget our very own mastermind, David Lammy. Yeah. It's not meant to be funny, this thing, you know. He's a proper charmer, isn't he? Like, listen, I hope nobody's filming this. But keep this one to yourselves. We've got over 6,000 villages in the United Kingdom. And if you took the village idiot from every village, right, and put them 6,000 village idiots into Tottenham, David Lammy would still be the village idiot.
He should be empowered just for that. Anyway, on the other side of the Atlantic, one thing we have to notice, it was Jimmy Carter's funeral, right? And Trump was there along with everybody else. Now he's kosher, apparently. So there was an exchange between him and Obama. The lip readers have analyzed it, and they come up with subtitles of what's going on. Let me see if I can find this for you. Oh, here it is. This is fascinating. Check this out. I have to be seated next to you, says Obama. Oh, really? Trump. Is that Al Gore? Cry boy, you cunt. Oh, I'm so glad. Al Gore. I kind of need to remind myself. It's possible matter. You should have asked Bill Clinton. Like, okay, look at Bush's face and look at Clinton. Does he have his dick out, you think? Look at Hillary's face. I bet Bill's got his dick out. That looks like Bill's got his dick out to me. That's just the vibe I'm getting. Is it about your wife being a man? Says Donald. Because everybody knows that. Wait, what? Why? People want a big fight. Definitely. Everybody knows, darling. Everybody everyone knows you're gay. People love you. Michael Barry. Get it? Michael Barry likes it. Which is having a great time in there. He's smiling right at everybody. That's crazy. That is crazy, because both Labour and Conservative won't do anything because they're scared of losing Muslim votes. Then I'm sorry that if you're gonna lose Muslim votes because you talk about Muslim rape culture, right? It doesn't speak well to your community, right? It really genuinely doesn't, right? It's but look, this has been going on for a long time. Here, I got this clip here. Did I show? I was going to show it last night, but I think this is like perfectly nice woman, but she's telling you the truth from her personal experience.
Doing everything is doing. I think there is a big responsibility of the Muslim community in that, because we have tried to change the British. It is totally different now. It's nothing like Britain before. It's everybody's like doing their own thing and they want to adapt everything. So this
I kind of like Britain being Britain.
Countries.
And I'll say, I'm a Jew, for goodness sake. I'm not like Britain first. I'm just saying, what's wrong with Britain being Britain? Britain's awesome, right? And the English are great. What's wrong with British culture?
Own culture has disappeared. And I think this is something that needs to come back if we want to be, feeling the important. Because, if the British society changed to other countries', rules and religious,
which is what's going on,
expectation and everything, then you cannot expect, the Britain, politicians to be British to you.
Yeah. So this is interesting. So you think Britain has been too accommodating, almost?
Yes, it is, and I think this.
Yeah, that's the drawback of the loving, kind British culture, right? Which it is, right? It totally is.
Multicultural, everything coming into it has made it like the society has changed to everybody's adaptations. Like everybody's doing their own thing, schools and everything, they're like having different kind of holidays. Everybody's having different.
She's saying there's no shared culture, and she liked the shared culture of Britain.
Kind of,
you know why? Because it's awesome. Again, I'm a Jew. I love the shared culture of Britain.
Their own adaptations. And I think, if you go to Tower Hamlets Council and you want to speak to someone about, before I would go to council and I would see that they would expect it and they understand me. But now they will be like, oh, in your culture it happens, so adapt to it.
Yeah, it's okay, basically everybody knows it now. But okay, so we got like Labour and Conservative, much more Labour right now, but Conservatives were equally bad, right? Saying that basically they won't do anything because they're scared of losing Muslim votes. That's a lot of it. But a lot of it is also they're into paedophilia, right? As we're about to show you, like such an incredible self-own. Check this out. So this was from about a week ago.
Of course, what I am really, really against of what Musk has said, around obviously one of our very long-standing members and also the Prime Minister himself. Those type of comments are not acceptable, and they've not been acceptable by what he said. And clearly, that.
Firstly, get over yourself, you dumb cunt. I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want when you're an apologist for gang mass rape, right? You can declare everything say to you then.
Is something that I think the United States will have to take up as a matter for them once there is a new.
I mean, like, I love how they're like rattling their swords. Oh, we're going to be mad at you, America.
President in a couple of weeks' time.
Which comments specifically? What is comments on Tommy Robertson? Which one specifically?
Well, the Tommy Robinson is even Nigel Farage that thinks it was a ridiculous idea. But the comments that I'm particularly concerned.
Again, Tommy, you say what you will about Tommy Robinson. He's the only one who's given a shit about this thing all along.
Concerned about are the comments relating to what a senior figure in the Labour Party has done as part of her role being.
Yeah, we're all saying she fucked up. Which one you say? By the way, Lee, what's the guy again? It's not Lee Evans. That's the name of the comedian. Lee, what's it? Reform politician Lee. What? What's his bloody name? Oh, Lee Anderson. Oh man, he is funny. That guy is funny. He called Rachel Reeves Rachel from Accounts. Who got her sums wrong, right? Got her sums wrong.
A minister, and of course the abuse that he has tried to bring on Keir Starmer, which is completely and utterly unfound. You know,
it's not abuse when he's absolutely right. Again, and it's such a badge of shame when it takes the richest, most powerful man in the world to point out your rape gang problem.
This shouldn't be happening from the United Kingdom.
So you're talking about the comments about Jess Phillips, that she should be in prison, really? Yeah.
No, of course she shouldn't be. She's
So we're asking you which of the comments, mate.
done more over the years in terms of safeguarding than probably anyone else in the United Kingdom. And
Yeah. Again, look at her. She's so kosher, it doesn't work. So same guy, right? Same guy. A couple of days later, in another little video. This one's again says everything. It just says freaking everything.
Child that you was going to go meet him.
That wasn't because Stephen will be at work.
At 1 o'clock, you said that you was going to go and meet him at quarter to.
If we could, I don't know, train, etc.
Yeah, you see.
Oh, he's a pedo. He's been caught trying to like hook up with a kid.
I don't know.
But wait, here's the slippery thing. You said you had no intention, but now you concede that actually, I might have been planning to take this child to meet Stephen. So you admit that that's what you were trying to do.
I don't know his age.
You know his age.
I don't know his age, but I hope it's young.
Exactly. This child regularly.
If I knew his actual age,
this child.
I didn't know that, then I wouldn't do anything.
This child regularly told you that they were at school and they were doing school-related activities.
Well, that kind of gives it away a bit, doesn't it? Again, exactly the same person.
But that's not the same as knowing age. I have never.
This is a dark coalition Labour's put together. A coalition on paedophiles. Including paedophiles.
And I've never done that.
Yes, you did.
No, I have never done that.
Of course.
No, I have never done that. So I want to ask that question.
You've asked that question. I've read it. Clear and simple terms.
Anyway.
You know exactly how old this child was.
And you wanted this child to bring other children.
No.
So that you could have...
No, we only just wrote that in text between each other while I was masturbating. Doesn't mean anything.
Abused more than one child.
No.
You used to be you used to be a veterans minister, didn't you?
Never happened.
Did you? Yeah. Yeah, we're all veterans, and do you know what? It makes me absolute sick that you had anything to do with our armed forces.
I haven't done anything. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that.
Do what I want to, what that guy said to him.
Do what? You're not going to do what? Going to do what?
I was going to tell
What don't you understand? The reason you are not taking this child to have sex with... No, stop it. The reason you are not meeting this child to have sex with them is because we've turned up.
No, I wasn't going to have sex.
Well, why have you told this child that was what your plan was then? Black and white, it's your words.
Have you shown me the image?
Yeah,
I've shown you the image.
Mate. I don't want to tell you. Don't fuck kids, okay? That's really just a bottom line. Don't fuck kids. It's a bad idea, right? It's a bad idea. Even if you super duper want to fuck a kid, don't fuck a kid. Don't talk to kids about fucking them. That's also a very bad idea. and certainly don't talk to kids about fucking them on social media, right? Very bad ideas. These are, and certainly don't do it if you're advocating for Labour LGBTQ plus Rainbow Alliance. That doesn't work out that well for you, right? It doesn't work out that well for you. And we got, God. Again, I don't know if this guy's sincere and just a moron. They say that about, what's the word, Ed Miliband, right? And again, I'm so embarrassed he's Jewish. Grooming gang rhetoric risks inciting mass violence, says Wes Streeting. Wes, mate? Wes, I don't know why you think there's marauding gangs of people who want to, like, destroy and beat up Muslims, right? There's a lot of frustration that we've been lied to for the last 20 fucking years and told, oh, no, everything is fine. But, like, most people don't want to attack random Muslims. Right, Muslims can do themselves a lot of favors by disavowing this filth. Right, the Aymans should come out, but the Aymans egg all this on. It's the trouble. All right, they say, yeah, the girls not wearing a hijab, they're filth, they're sluts, they're begging for it, and you know that's what their culture is like. Now, I have no doubt that Muslims can adapt to live in the Western world peacefully and happily, but I think when they get a critical mass, they don't feel the need to, right? Which is where we are right now, right? We told you. And you know what? We're going to, we can't blame the world because there's just relentless propaganda, right? Relentless propaganda that all these very clear and present real fears are valid. So, mate, really? I mean, you're doing you're talking down so many people in one go. It's really genuinely disgusting, right? It's genuinely, not just a dodgy, really genuinely dodgy. We said, oh yeah, definitely, I got to do it. I'll do another test, but this says definitely no COVID. Well, that's good news. Anyway, where are we up to? How was that? The over here. And what's this? I've got to look at this as well. Hang on.
I know it's probably an unpopular view, but
yeah, okay. So this is from a few years ago. And again, you see, the thing I'm pointing out right now is the programming, right? It's the propaganda, right? The propaganda that we've been forced for years because that was their only option, right? They had to protect multiculturalism.
an unpopular view, but I completely agree that it is, in some areas, largely rape is committed by Muslims. Because I grew up in Bradford, all right.
And again, look at everyone go. Oh no! How can you say that? Oh, this was from 10 years ago.
And in that kind of environment, it is mainly Asian men, not because it's something about their culture, but because they're not getting caught. Like I've had.
Well, it's a bit of both, darling. It's a bit of both.
Friends who've been raped, and the police have told them that because it's an Asian man that's done it, probably not going to catch them.
And look, again, back then we had to use the code Asian. We couldn't say Pakistani Muslim, right? Now we can say Pakistani. Thanks to Elon Musk, we can say Pakistani Muslim. And do you hate Pakistani Muslims? I don't hate Pakistani Muslims. I got nothing against Pakistani Muslims. Are there Pakistani Muslim rape gangs? Yes. Does that mean I hate Pakistani Muslims? No, I'm just saying it. It's the real thing, mate. You're all weirdos. You're all weirdos.
But it happens all the time.
What has anything to do with not catching them?
I don't know. Because they're not engaging. The police are too scared of being called racist to do anything.
Well, partly that, and I think there's partly was a lot of the obviously the Muslim community doesn't want this talked about, right? And I think that when they were advisors to the police, or they made sure it wasn't talked about and called anybody racist for talking about it.
There's just such a divide between.
So the police are scared of being called racist. Is your point? Do you lend any credence to that idea?
I don't know what planet these police are living on. If
Bradford, you dumb cunt! I love it when these people are spew their bollocks and in the environment of reality where we know yes, that's exactly what happened. 250,000 children.
They're actually saying to people, yeah, I'm just going to put the phone down now because it's an Asian person, so
That's
don't
what they did.
report it.
That's what they did.
I don't think that they do that. I think there needs to be an adult debate about these issues. Just going back to the original question and to some of the feedback as well.
Again, I don't know if he believes it or not. My guess is he doesn't believe what he's saying. He's just desperately trying to protect the Muslim community, right? And again, by doing that, you paint the entire Muslim community as being guilty, right? We've just seen you walk through the streets and scream your fucking heads off for over a year, every week on masses, right? Because you hate Jews. Could you do it because you hate your paedophile gangs as well? No. And that's why you all look like shits right now.
There is a wider debate, and I mean this really seriously. I think in Britain, as a culture, we are scared of female sexuality. We really are. And so...
Well, I think in the Muslim world, they're more hateful of it.
There's a massive debate to have around that. We need a culture shift, because this whole idea that if a woman is a bit tipsy or if she's wearing a short skirt, then, maybe, the song Blurred Lines, there are no blurred lines, actually.
Well, yeah, no, again, they targeted white girls to gang rape them.
Like, no means no, and, rape is completely unacceptable in any context, and I think that's what we should really be talking about. And women, should...
Yeah, Eddie, don't talk about Asian rape. Pakistani Muslim rape. See, it's Asian, let's talk about all rapes, around the world, apart from in Muslim countries.
Not be afraid in any way to express their sexuality.
Yeah.
I think that's a really important...
I think we can all agree that rape is totally unacceptable.
No, BBC doesn't agree to that as it happens, right? As long as it's happened to Jews, it's all okay, baby. Meanwhile, over in California, are things more messed up? I don't know. So you might have heard there's lots of water shortages going on to fight the fire. I'm going to play you this little news footage. Maybe you can pick up on the subtle subtext of why things are not going great, right? See if you can pick up on it.
The water reservoir situation, why that was emptied. Okay, first off, I am a they. So please refer to me.
You're not. You're a fucking weirdo. And the world's burning down around you, you moron. Get your fucking wig and makeup off and go and do some fucking work.
Correctly. But yes, we're well aware of the water reservoir situation. Earlier in the summer, streams were rerouted to protect endangered.
They will go down. This is the most important thing for them ever. This is the ship they will go down on.
Salamanders into the Pacific Ocean so that they didn't have to swim in waters.
Why does this guy think he looks like a woman? He does. He looks more like Officer Dibble from Top Cat.
That were too warm for them. We're well aware of that situation. What about this situation with Mexican firefighters coming out? Yes. Fire people.
Fire people, not firefighters. So that's gender specific. Sort of.
That are coming from the country of Mexico. Yes, are coming to help us with this uncontrollable fire situation.
It was totally controllable. You just fucked everything up about it, right? You completely fucked up.
Where's the funding going to come from? We'll probably use money from our unhoused budget to help fund those fire people that are coming from the country of Mexico. And what's priority number one? Diversity is our main priority here. Whatever we're doing, we're gonna make sure that it's diverse.
That could be the problem they're running into. That might be it. I don't know.
Diversity, diversity, diversity.
Exactly. Yeah, that might be the problem. But ladies and gentlemen, I have good news. I have a genuine indication that reality is healing, right? Reality is getting back to normal. What is this good news? Let me... Oh, 1 second. Let me share it with you. Share screen. Yes, reality is healing. I mean, I don't know if the Miss Alabama 2024 is has a penis or not, right? But I think Miss Alabama 2025 looks well, that makes sense, right? I'm going to look up who is Miss Alabama 2024. Does she have a penis? That's certainly the question. 2024. Let's see who it is. Well, that's not her. That's not her at all. Oh, here it is. Plus size Miss Alabama, Sarah Milk in response to trolls who criticize her appearance. I'm sorry, darling. No one's jacking off to you. Of the hateful trolls call her an embarrassment and unhealthy, she's both. And again, this is from a fat guy, right? And it's wrong to like make her the beauty queen. It's wrong. You're lying to everyone, including this poor girl. Right? You're not doing anybody any favors. It's just shocking, right? It is just shocking. Sarah Milliken. Okay. And look, God bless her. Don't get me wrong. I've got nothing against her. But, like, one looks like a fucking angel, and the other one is a troglodyte from hell, right? Look, listen, you can masturbate whoever you want to. If you're masturbating to the girl on the left, then you need some kind of special test. I'm sorry. It's something like, yeah, a little bit, you be you, baby, but just understand that you are a weirdo.
My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.